I love like looking at Cavernomas as a Harry Potter, like as like the Sorting Hat, like you're in Slither, like I don't even know what Slytherin would be, maybe like whatever, but like you have surgery, you can't have surgery,
Yeah.
you have familial, you have sporadic, you know what I mean? Like people stop comparing, like you're like nothing is better or worse than anything, you're not in more pain than somebody else.
Yeah.
People aren't in more pain than you. I think that's so important.
Yeah. It's not a competition, is it, at the end of the day?
Another cool thing that we found is dancing. So like I have a pretty like really unsteady gait. I walk with a rollator.
Yeah.
Turn on Alt J or turn on like I think Talking Heads is generally a really good beat, and I'm walking like it's incredible. There's certain things that are just like what?
That's brilliant.
The brain is crazy, I tell you. It's very nuts. Okay, so I am really impressed with your adventurousness to go to country with relatively no access to CCM docs. Even though we kind of talked about this, do you ever feel like you want that safety net of somebody who knows what's going on?
I suppose to a certain extent you do. Professor Bert Lampley, the chap who did the surgery on me, he is flying on a regular basis into Japan and into various universities in China itself, and a few of them are here in Beijing. And he's doing training here at the moment on what he does best, which is Cavernoma. So moving to a country that has no CCM sort of specialties, yeah, it is a bit kind of, oof, should I do that kind of thing? But then I was diagnosed in a country that didn't have any either, so it swings and roundabouts. And the guy who, I mean, I had to then go from Malaysia to Germany to have my surgery, so it wasn't like I could just pop into the next country. Like Thailand, for example, I had to go to Germany, so I had to fly halfway around the world anyway. I don't think it does scare me, to be honest with you. I think because we've been through it once, it's kind of, I know that there's places in Japan that do Cavernoma stuff, so if I need to get somewhere ASAP, I can get there. But yeah, I can't, I mean, the one thing that this has probably taught me is that I can't let it control what I want to do from now on. I've just got to jump back in and go for it. And, you know, I lived my life as best as I could before I had Cavernoma, but now being told that if you don't have surgery, you know, you're going to waste away and die, or it'll just kill you like that. It kind of makes you go, right, okay, I really need to really live my life now and get out there and do what I want. And I've wanted to go to China since I was like in my teenage years, when I started watching the Kung Fu movies that came out here. And I was like, that place looks amazing, I want to go there. And now I'm living here and I'm traveling around. So moving to a country that has no CCM is probably, in most people's eyes, a really stupid idea. But, you know, it is what it is, and I'm not going to let it hold me back.
That's a great attitude. And, like, I love that you're willing to, like, you're like, something goes wrong, I just fly out and get help. That's what anybody would do. Like, in any situation, something goes wrong, you find a doctor, or you fly somewhere to get help.
Exactly.
So, and like the fact that people are doing different stuff around the world is really encouraging as well. Like, I'm the moderator for the Angioma Alliance Latino America.
All right.
And so, you know, people in Latin America are kind of like, you know, looking at the U.S. as something that's, you know, like, we got to get there to do surgery. But I know people who are, and doctors who are wanting to be like the specialists in CCM in Latin America. And it's like really cool to see, especially in Brazil. Yeah. I think it's important for people like us to be like, hey, we have CCMs and we're cool that, or you know what I mean? Like, we're proud.
Yeah.
I have CCMs and I'm proud to like tell people, you know what I mean? Spread the word, because obviously like research is being done. We got to get people like on board to get some more money, I think.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's what drives the research forward. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the more awareness that we can create, the better, especially for something that's quite rare like we've got.
What are the struggles that you face day to day with symptoms?
Right. Okay. I don't struggle much anymore. I do have, when I'm tired or I'm hungry, certain symptoms do start to pop up. Like when I'm hungry, my lips tingle, which is
Wow.
kind of weird. It's like my lips are tingling. I must eat food. My fingers tend to tingle a little bit when I'm hungry. When I'm tired, my index finger and this finger tend to get a little bit painful. I don't know why. Something
Wow.
there. And my ability to track with my eyes will start to degrade. So like you were saying earlier, you know, when you turn that way kind of thing, it takes half a second to sort of focus on it. And it's the same with me. So when I'm walking down the corridor, I start to walk as if I'm a little bit drunk. So I start swaying back
Okay.
and forth. But other than that, that's about as far as the extent goes now. So I'm incredibly lucky in what I am left with. I know that there are people out there who are struggling with all sorts of, you know, not just physical movement, but, you know, emotional and, you know, just all sorts of things. I mean, the brain is,
It's like the gamut, really.
yeah.
But yeah, could happen to a person.
Yeah, I mean, depending on where they go in, the route they go in, where the Cavernoma is, you know, the outcome could be anything. There's another guy on the UK group, Steve Cairns.
Okay.
He had his surgery about a month before mine, I think it was. He posted a video the other day of him walking across like a rope bridge about 200 meters in the air in northern Australia somewhere. So he's doing really well as well. So we've got people like him and people like me, and then we've got other people who are not doing, I don't want to say doing not as well, because they are cured and they are recovering, but they've obviously got problems that are side effects of the sort of thing. And it is, I think it's a lot of it is down to pure luck, you know. as bad as that sounds, I mean,
Well,
I could have come up with facial paralysis from mine, but I didn't, because they managed to get the right area, and you know they're obviously doing everything they can to make sure you're okay, but the brain is just a minefield.
It's a minefield. Okay.
It's a minefield.
That's so funny.